Welcome to episode 3 of Waves of Wisdom with J.OCEANA. Be sure to subscribe for your weekly tide of truths and transformation, where we dive deep and surface wiser. Today's episode is on mindless entertainment that causes major damage. This is Consuming Chaos, the Reality TV Effect. Let's talk about how we got here. Glued to screens, watching strangers fight, fall in love, and fall apart. All in the name of reality. Reality TV, the cultural junk food we can't stop consuming. It all started in the late 90s and early 2000s. Shows like Survivor, Big Brother, and The Real World took everyday people, put them under pressure, and let the cameras roll. It was new, it was raw, and it gave viewers a peek into the unscripted drama of real life. Or so we thought. Fast forward to now, and reality TV has morphed into something else entirely. A highlight reel of chaos, conflict, and curated authenticity. Sure, it's entertainment, but it's also shaping how we see ourselves, our relationships, and even success. So today, we're unpacking it. How reality TV went from social experiment to brain rot, and why we can't seem to look away. I used to live for MTV reality shows. Parental Control, Next, My Super Sweet 16. It was like a peek into a world that felt glamorous, chaotic, and so real at the same time. I remember rushing home after school, flipping on the TV, and getting lost in someone else's drama. Many of us thought the reality TV world was real life. I thought having a car pimped out by Exhibit meant you made it. I even believed that getting grounded on parental control was the end of the world. But as I got older, I started to see it differently. The drama wasn't real, it was edited. The reality wasn't authentic, it was aspirational. And the more I watched, the more I realized it was teaching me what to chase and who to be. Or to be honest, what not to chase and who not to be. Now, looking back, I can laugh at it. The chaos, the cringe, the early 2000s music intros, but I also can recognize how these shows shaped a generation's idea of what real looked like, and it still does today. Growing up meant realizing I didn't need the confessional drama or the stage heartbreaks. I needed my own story, the one that isn't edited for entertainment and contains peace and genuine prosperity that I don't have to sell out for. Let me be clear, this isn't to call anybody out or try to force people to stop doing what they like to do. I simply like to reflect on how perspectives can shift and realizations can be made to make positive change. There are most definitely negative impacts that reality TV can bring to the collective, but it also has some positive effects as well. The question is whether the positive can outweigh the negative, and if so, for how long. It's just like choosing your diet. Sure, you're being fed and you're no longer hungry, but at what cost? Are you eating a balanced diet, or is it just junk food and quick meals that give us instant gratification, low nutritional value, and have long-term effects on our emotional health? The difference between reality TV and junk food is that you have way more control over the type of entertainment you consume. So, this is just to make conversation and challenge ourselves to make better choices. Reality TV has blurred the line between authenticity and performance. It's scripted realness that has simply been turned into a business model. It has real audiences and real people complicit in rewarding fakery and fraudulence. Reality TV isn't just changing what we watch, it's changing what we think reality should look like. Just look at how many influencers have risen to fame by not even being themselves, or at least the best version of themselves. And then other influencers whose whole niche is about breaking down these ridiculous episodes and making think pieces about drama that isn't even real. It's easy to give off the illusion of love at first sight when you're in a mansion, on an island, there's free room and board, and you're literally desperately fighting for one special person's attention and favor. Oh, not to mention the cash prize at the end. Let's talk about love reality shows. You know, the ones that promise to help people find their soulmate. At this point, finding love on TV has become its own genre and honestly, its own economy. We had The Bachelor, which debuted in 2002, selling the fantasy that true love could bloom under pressure with cameras rolling and a rose at stake. But let me tell you, Flavor of Love was that girl, was the moment. I used to watch that show like it was a sport. Every day after school, the mansion, the nicknames, the drama, everything was over the top in the best way possible. You had women fighting, crying, and writing love letters all for Flavor Flav and a clock every week. But many of those girls even admitted they were not there for the love. They were there to further their careers and make a name for themselves. And some of them did. This made contractual relationships look normal. We didn't even blink an eye, y'all. So, you mean to tell me you truly aren't here for Flav? You truly aren't here to compete with 19 other women over this guy? This ain't a dig on Flav. This is satire, obviously. But the truth is the truth. Every episode felt like pure chaos and competition for camera time. There was always a fight brewing and someone crying in the confessional, and Flavor trying to keep the peace while wearing shades indoors. It was messy, loud, and absolutely unhinged. But that's what made it so good. You didn't watch Flavor of Love for romance. You watched for moments, like New York's iconic meltdowns, the infamous spit scene, or Flavor trying to give a serious speech with that giant clock swinging back and forth. It also kind of showed us how easily people would turn real emotions into entertainment. Everything was exaggerated, the romance, the heartbreak, the drama, but it hooked us. It made chaos feel normal. And honestly, that was brain rot at its finest. Pure, unfiltered, early 2000s madness before we even had a word for binge watching. Even with all that madness, I can't lie, Flavor of Love still holds a special place in my heart and it will forever. Sometimes I'll still go back and watch me a few episodes and get me a good laugh at New York. It was fun, it was iconic, and it gave us some of the best reality TV moments of all time and some of the best influencers and creators that help shape our culture today. It's crazy how far we've come, and by come, I mean how fast we fast forwarded. From Flavor of Love in the early 2000s to Love Island, where dating has officially become a full-time performance. Back then, you had one man, 20 women, in a mansion full of chaos. Now, you've got a villa, six-pack abs, ring lights, and a cast that looks like they were handpicked from Instagram Explore pages. It's like we went from reality TV being messy and human to it being polished, filtered, and algorithm approved. Truth is, on the surface, Love Island looks like an upgrade. The production is glossy, the editing is tight, and everyone's got matching swimsuits and perfect tans. But deep down, it's the same old formula. People being emotionally manipulated for entertainment. We just swapped the mansion drama for slow motion pool shots and confessionals under LED lights. Every relationship move is content. Every kiss is a clip. Every argument becomes a meme before the next episode even airs. It's not just love, it's marketable love. And I've never actually watched that show, but there are definitely some hotties and some baddies on there. And I'm not taking away from them and their come up, but again, the truth is the truth, y'all. I think what makes Love Island so addicting isn't just the drama, it's the illusion of choice. You start rooting for couples like they're characters in a story, forgetting that these are real people who've been mic'd up and filmed 24/7. Back in the Flavor of Love days, people said whatever came to mind. Now, contestants are brand ready. They know how to cry on cue, flirt strategically, and build a following before the finale even airs. The messiness got replaced with media training, the chaos got replaced with captions, and we, the audience, still eat it up. Because deep down, people are not watching for love. People are watching to feel something, even if it's just secondhand heartbreak, jealousy, or that dopamine rush from seeing someone get dumped from the island. If Flavor of Love was about the chaos of being real, then Love Island is about the performance of being perfect. It's not just that reality TV got worse. It's that we got used to consuming people like content. Love became entertainment. Heartbreak became storyline. And we started to crave the fantasy over the feeling. So yeah, we came a long way from Flavor Flav's mansion. But the truth is, people are still not truly looking for love. Everyone's looking for validation that looks good on camera. Why do we like watching people fight each other? Let's be honest, many of us all had that phase where fighting reality TV was our guilty pleasure. I'm talking about Bad Girls Club, Love and Hip Hop, Jersey Shore, Baddies, Real Housewives, all the shows where you knew a drink was going to be thrown before the episode was over. And the wild part was, we didn't even necessarily watch it for the fights. We watched it for the build-up, the side eyes, the shade, the one confessional where someone says, "I'm not here to play nice." That's when you knew it was about to go down. We could live vicariously through the characters we saw on the screen. Now, I'm not going to lie. Baddies is this new generation's thing. I'm not into it. I can definitely see and feel how things have gotten worse over the years. The beefs may be scripted, but they're more intense. The fighting is worse. The reasons for the fights are more and more ridiculous. By the time baddies became popular, I was already older and over my watching reality TV era. So I most definitely was clutching my pearls. Because eventually, the chaos stopped being funny. You could tell people weren't just arguing anymore. They were hurting. The producers stopped caring about healing and started caring about ratings. And suddenly, what used to be entertaining started to feel heavy. That's my reason for not watching it anymore. Because at the end of the day, these aren't just bad girls or hot heads. These are real people dealing with real trauma on camera for clout. It's like we all became numb to conflict. We started expecting it. We started liking it. If there wasn't a fight, the episode felt boring. That's the real brain rot. At the end of the day, the wild thing about reality TV is that it is a mirror. A messy, overdramatic, filterless mirror that shows us both the best and the worst sides of human nature. The love, the chaos, the competition, the vulnerability. From dating shows to general reality shows where we watch people crumble or thrive under pressure, we eat it up. Because deep down, we're curious. We like to see how other people handle what we secretly fear or desire. And yeah, sometimes we just want to see people fight so we don't have to deal with our own battles for a while. But here's the thing. When entertainment becomes escape, it can start to rot the parts of us that need real connection, real exploration. Watching drama is easy. Living intentionally, healing, and confronting our shadows, that takes real work. So maybe the next time you catch yourself binging a reunion special or yelling at the screen like you're part of the cast, take a second and ask yourself, what part of me relates to this? Because awareness, that's how you keep your brain from rotting. At the end of the day, there is nothing wrong with enjoying a little bit of chaos, as long as you remember you're the one holding the remote. So protect your peace, feed your mind, and remember, real life might not be scripted, but you're still the star. If this episode made you think, laugh, or cringe just a little, share it with a friend, like it, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, stay grounded, stay curious, and ride your own wave.